telling him that I saw them open for Urge Overkill, and Bob got beaten up by the roadies of Urge Overkill. So then they were gonna quit the tour, but I had tickets to the next one in Montreal, and I'm like, you can, because I also had friends. We were all gonna meet up in Montreal, and they're like, okay, you know what? Come with us, because they had this other show that they were gonna play, like a headline show. And they let me hang out, and so I stayed in Bob's room with him and Pete, and
Manager for Life, Pete Jameson.
And all I had to do was find a can so they could make a bong out of it, and then I slept in the tub, and then we spent the next day going through record stores, and then just drove over, and it was one of those insane shows that, you know.
When was that again? What year?
95, October of 95.
What town?
So I saw them in Toronto first. Then the next day was London, Ontario, and there's proof. I'll show you the pictures. And then they played Montreal the day after. So yeah, it was one of those things that I'll never forget. And they, the next few times that I saw GBV, Bob recognized me, so it was good.
Which was the club in Toronto?
No, they played a big place called the Phoenix.
Oh, okay.
Because Urge Overkill were big time at the time, right?
That's true.
What did you first hear GBV? Why did you get into them?
94. So I remember buying B1000 Boxing Day sale. I used to live in this place called Ottawa, and there was an amazing record store, and they had a Boxing Day sale where I would buy all my records for the year. And so I bought B1000 and Vampire Titus. And
My favorite.
What's your favorite Guided by Voices song?
My impression now, probably. But I like it when they play it live, just because, you know. But the version of that EP is untouchable for me, because the bass line is so incredible. It's all over the place, but it's amazing. I love that song in every way.
When you first heard Guided by Voices, what'd you think of them?
It's a bit rough. I got into them through Bob Mould, actually, because he was a big fan, and I was a big fan of Sugar at the time. And I remember reading an interview with Bob Mould, and he was like, "These guys, Guided by Voices, they're amazing." And I'm like, "Okay, I guess I have to listen to these guys." So that's how I got into them. So it was a bit rough, and it took me a little bit of time. But you know what sold me? Was someone made me a copy of Crying Your Knife Away, the bootleg, which to me is godsend, you know? And hearing them rock so fucking hard, I'm like, these fucking guys are amazing. So I heard that. I got into that before I really got into B1000, to be honest, and Vampire.
That is the big surprise, is hearing them live for the first time, especially if you've been listening to the lo-fi
Right.
stuff. If you're a
like,
B1000 guy and all of a sudden there's this kick-ass rock
rocking,
band on
man.
stage.
Exactly. They just rock so hard, and I'm like, oh my fucking god, I have to see these guys. So yeah.
What's your favorite Guided by Voices album?
My favorite Guy by Voices album?
Album.
Ooh.
You got a break, make it 3.
I mean, it's hard. It's hard.
Top three.
Top three. You know, B1000, definitely. Alien Lanes. Under the Bushes. But I still love their shit.
Yeah.
You know, and I was checking out their set list from the last show they did before this one.
What's your name?
Ed.
Ed, what's your last name, if you don't mind?
Taboada. Taboada.
Can you tell me today's date and where we are?
Sorry?
Today's date and where we are.
We're in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It is May 31st, 2024.
Thank you.
I don't want to be